All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to shrink ourselves down, way down, to explore one of the most amazing and complex things in the entire universe, the animal cell.
But first, let me ask you something. I want you to picture a massive, sprawling metropolis. You know, it's got a central government, power plants running 24/7, factories churning out goods, even a complex highway system. Now, what if I told you that entire city could fit, easily, on the head of a pin?
Well, here's the mind-blowing part. It's not just possible. It's happening inside you right now, trillions of times over. Every single cell in your body is its own tiny, perfectly functioning city. So let's start the tour, shall we?
Now, any good tour has to start at the city limits, right? So first, we're going to take a look at the structures that create the cell's borders and its a whole internal environment. And our very first stop is the city's high-tech security gate, border control, and communication tower all rolled into one. This is the cell membrane. It's this incredibly thin outer layer that separates everything inside from the world outside.
But this is no simple wall. Think of it like a super smart bouncer. It has total control over what gets in, like nutrients, and what gets kicked out, like waste. It protects everything delicate on the inside and even lets the cell talk to its neighbors. It is the ultimate gatekeeper.
Okay, we're past security. So where are we now? We're floating in the cytoplasm. This is the jelly-like goo that fills the entire cell. You can think of it as the city's landscape. It's the ground, the air, the waterways. It's the substance where all the other city buildings, the organelles, are located, and it's where all the action happens.
At the very heart of every great city, there's a control center, right? A city hall. Well, in our cell, we're heading there now. Welcome to the nucleus.
The nucleus is, without a doubt, the brain of the whole operation. It's this big, central structure, and inside, it holds the city's most prized possession, the master blueprint for everything the cell will ever do. Of course, I'm talking about DNA.
From this command center, the nucleus directs it all. We're talking growth, repairs, reproduction, you name it. And tucked away inside is another cool little structure called the nucleolus. Think of it as a special workshop inside City Hall that builds the parts for our city's factories.
Okay, so with the blueprints and the orders sent out from City Hall, let's go check out the cell's industrial zone. We're now heading into the manufacturing district, where everything gets made. And here they are. Say hello to the city's hardest workers, the ribosomes. Now, don't let their tiny size fool you. These little guys are the protein factories. They read the instructions sent from the DNA and just assemble protein after protein. And proteins do pretty much all the work in the cell.
Now, these factories need a place to work and a way to get their products around. That brings us to the endoplasmic reticulum, or the ER for short. It's basically the city's highway system. You've got two kinds. The rough ER, which is called rough because it's covered in all those ribosome factories, and it specializes in proteins. Then you've got the smooth ER. No ribosomes here. Its job is to make fats or lipids and help get rid of toxins.
So we've built our proteins. Now what? You can't just let them pile up on the factory floor. Every city needs a sorting and shipping center, a post office. And in the cell, that's the job of the Golgi apparatus.
This whole production line is just a masterpiece of organization. Check it out. First, instructions shoot out from the nucleus. Second, a ribosome builds the protein. Third, that protein travels along the ER highway where it gets tweaked and modified. And finally, it gets to the Golgi to be packaged up and shipped out. It's a perfect system.
A city isn't just government buildings and factories. It needs infrastructure. You know, power, sanitation, support beams. So let's go check out the essential services that keep our cell city humming along 24/7.
Look, no city can run in the dark, and all this activity takes a ton of energy. In our cell city, the lights are kept on by the one and only mitochondria. These are the cellular power plants.
These things are the undisputed powerhouses. Their whole job is to take the food the cell eats, like sugars, and convert it into pure, usable energy. And here's what's really cool. It just makes sense. Cells that do a lot of work, like your muscle cells, are packed with thousands more mitochondria than other less active cells. More work needs more power plants. A busy city makes a lot of trash, right? Well, to keep things from getting cluttered and dangerous, the cell has its own dedicated sanitation department, the lysosomes.
These guys are the city's official cleanup crew, recycling center, and security force all rolled into one. They're basically little bags full of powerful enzymes that dissolve old, worn-out cell parts, destroy invaders like bacteria, and just generally keep the place tidy. They are absolutely critical for keeping the cell healthy.
And finally, let's quickly meet the rest of the city's support staff. You've got the cytoskeleton, which is like the internal scaffolding and road system that gives the cell its shape. Then there are the centrioles. Think of them as the construction managers who organize everything when it's time for the cell to divide. And the vacuoles? They're just simple storage closets, holding on to water, food, or waste.
Wow. We've toured the city gates, city hall, the factories, the power plants, everything. Now let's zoom all the way out and see how this incredible city inside you really fits into the big picture.
So here it is, a quick recap of our tour. You've got the nucleus as City Hall, the mitochondria as the power plants. This whole city analogy, it isn't just a neat trick. It's a really powerful way to get how all these super complicated parts, from government to sanitation, have to work together in perfect harmony.
But here's the part that really gets me every time. Your body isn't just one of these cities. No, it's a vast, sprawling empire of something like 37 trillion of them. Each one is a bustling metropolis, and they're all communicating, all cooperating to create you.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. If a single, tiny one of your cells is an entire, complex, thriving city, then what does that make you? A nation? A planet? A whole universe? It's pretty incredible to think about. Thanks for joining me on the tour.